Jessica and the Orca. Jessica Marlowe had been around water her whole life. Born to a family of fishermen in a small coastal town in British Columbia, she learned to swim before she could walk. By her late 20s, she had become one of the top marine trainers at Pacific Blue Marine Reserve, a rescue center famous for rehabilitating stranded whales and dolphins. Her pride and joy was Kellen, a massive male orca rescued 3 years earlier. Found tangled in commercial fishing nets, his pectoral fin had deep scars, and his dorsal fin bent slightly to one side. Jessica had been part of the team that saved him, nursing him back to health. Kellen wasn't just another animal to her. He was her partner, her friend, and in her eyes, family. Over the years, Jessica and Kellen developed routines, a series of tricks and performances for visitors. He would breach on her command, swim in perfect circles while she balanced on his head, and even launch her into the air before catching her gently on his back. But in the weeks leading up to that fateful day, something about Kellen's behavior began to change. He started circling the pool more aggressively, sometimes ignoring her signals. His eyes lingered on her longer than usual, unblinking and cold. Other trainers noticed. "Jess, maybe give him a break," one warned. "He's fine," she insisted. "We understand each other." The day it happened, the weather was strange, heavy clouds pressing low, the wind cutting across the water. Despite the forecast, the park went ahead with the scheduled shows. The stands were packed, people had come from all over to see the famous Jessica and Kellen performance. The announcer's voice rang out. "Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for the grand finale, Jessica and Kellen in perfect harmony." Jessica dove in, the cold water swallowing her whole. As she surfaced beside Kellen, she gave the signal. At first, he obeyed, performing a graceful spin. The crowd cheered. Then, he stopped. Kellen's body tensed. He slid beneath the surface, disappearing into the blue. Jessica treaded water, searching for the familiar shadow. Suddenly, a rush of bubbles surged up beneath her. Kellen erupted from the depths, ramming her side hard enough to knock the air from her lungs. Before she could recover, his massive mouth closed around her torso, not gently this time. The crowd gasped. Trainers shouted frantically from the platform. Kellen dove, dragging Jessica down into the cold, dark water. Jessica's instincts kicked in. She pushed against his mouth, kicking with all her strength. Her lungs burned. She tried to remember every safety drill, every what-if scenario they'd practiced, but nothing in her training felt like this. Kellen shook her violently, pulling her deeper. Her vision blurred, the surface was a far-off shimmer above. In the chaos, she felt her ribs crack under the crushing pressure of his jaw. He brought her up once, her head breaking through the surface for a single, gasping breath. The audience screamed. Some thought it was part of the show, until they saw the water turning red. Kellen dove again, this time not releasing her. The water swallowed them both for the last time. When his massive body surfaced minutes later, trainers managed to coax him toward the edge with buckets of fish, but it was too late. Jessica's lifeless body floated beside him, motionless. Jessica's death spread quickly. Some called it a tragic accident, others a failure of human arrogance, thinking a wild predator could ever be fully tamed. Kellen was moved to an isolated pool, no longer part of any show. He spent his days circling slowly, occasionally pausing to stare at the gate where Jessica used to enter. Lesson learned from Jessica and the Orca. The story is a stark reminder that wild animals, no matter how well trained or bonded with humans, still retain their natural instincts. Affection, trust, and years of familiarity cannot erase the primal behavior of a predator. It teaches us. Respect the boundaries of nature. Wild creatures deserve care and admiration, but they should never be underestimated or treated as completely safe. Listen to warning signs. Subtle changes in behavior can be early signals of danger, ignoring them can have fatal consequences. In short, love the wild, but never forget it is wild.